She followed him voluntarily and took her time about it too. 3 years, as I recall, before she was through. Contrary desire made her age fast, more than any 3 years I ever thought could do. I know. I was there. I saw it. The only thing was, her eyes seemed to get much younger. I'd visit her as she lay there telling me her stories of 70 years before. She told me about her romance, about the time she heard that new tune down by the old mill stream, and she stood with her young and pretty friends and first saw Grandpa. He rowed a boat across a summer lake, young and strong, with sure and steady strokes. She confessed right there for all her friends to hear, "I'm gonna marry that man," and he rode right into her nest. But I'll never forget when she looked at me through her childlike eyes, set deep in an old woman face, and asked, as if I'd know, "He never once said, 'I love you'?" Never once. Why didn't he ever say it? He never did, you know. Not once. I looked away and thought of him, tall and full and proud. So much of him I saw, yet so much I never knew. I pictured his thick hands wrapped around the handles of those oars. I pictured him a 13-year-old boy working on the tough Chicago wharves. I pictured him at a table, teaching himself how to use the slide rule. I pictured an old man sitting in his garden in the late afternoon sun, his full round face with its strong cheekbones telling me how he was good at cards because he had a poker face. I saw a rock. I saw a man who built railroads and grain elevators, skyscrapers and cars, ships, tanks and airplanes, highways, radios and communication systems. I saw a man who built a nation. I looked into her young, sparkling eyes. I don't know, Grandma. I just don't know. But he did love you. I'm just sure of that. Whenever I think of Grandpa, I can't really say I understand. I wish just once he'd said it. Maybe in a moment of passion. Or maybe just before rolling over to sleep. Maybe after the birth of a child. Or maybe after the death of the twin. Maybe during a long drive. Or maybe just before dying. I don't believe once would be asking too much. But then I never stood on dirt streets frozen to ice waiting for hard labor jobs. I never studied after work mail order. I never guided a plow through Arkansas fields. I never fed a steam locomotive highballing south through Cicero. It's hard to judge, so far removed the whats and whys of language. But I will confess to this prayer I've repeated many times since. When they meet in the great hereafter, where she followed him voluntarily, a band will strike up down by the old mill stream, and he'll row her across heaven's vast expanse and say and do the things lovers say and do, including whispering, "I love you."